All right, so it's about time we do a bit of a walkthrough on the new rig, the 2023 LandCruiser 300 Series GR Sport. Here it is. It is in black, as you can see. I think this is the Eclipse Black. I think it is. I'll put it down there if it's not, if it's anything different. Look, we're traveling full time out of the car, so just excuse any mess and any bits and pieces that you can see. We've got two young kids, so this is just how it is. This is our shakedown trip. We've literally picked up the car, we bought it second hand, fitted out as it is. Why did we go to the 300 Series GR? Maybe we can start there. So as you probably saw, we had a GXL 150 Series Prado, had almost built everything I could possibly want on the car. It was quite heavily modified, maybe you could say. There was plans for a couple more things that we were going to do to get it ready for full-time travel again next year. So as you know, it's a 4-cylinder 2.8 litre, not really designed as a full-time tow car. Bloody good car. People say to me, why would you sell it? But if I didn't need to sell it, because we only need one car, we're traveling full-time, I wouldn't be selling it as a full drive, as a daily driver, as incredible as a tow car. Not that great for full-time towing. You see plenty of people who will tow big caravans and bits and pieces like that. Great for a weekend, they're great for a couple of trips here and there, but as a full-time tow car, I guess as well a little bit bigger for full-time living in it with kids. So maybe a little bit bigger, but for us it was mainly the power and the towing capability that we wanted and we needed from it. So that was sort of the I guess another one I can think of actually is that, you know, as you probably know, the GR Sport is pretty fancy, is pretty nice. Definitely too fancy for us in terms of where we've come from and what we've needed. We love our, off-road and pretty serious full driving, especially with the towing. So it's a little bit nice, but we decided as well that we'd go the extra little bit from like a GXL 300 series. Maybe you could say that, living in it full time, having those little niceties was something that we sort of wanted to try for the next car around. So hopefully that just explains a little bit about why and sort of what it is. Let's get into it, hey? So GR Sport has all the bits and pieces. I won't tell you, you can read the brochure.
Wow, you can read the brochure.
You already know, most of you guys have been watching this, what it entails, but the GR Sport's got a few extra little upgrades and fancy bits and pieces compared to, say, a GXL. And maybe I'll run through them as we go. But for now, I want to focus on what it's got on it at the moment, the car. The previous owner's done an awesome job. And so then hopefully you can see what it's got on it, what it entails, why we chose this particular one. And then I'll explain at the end where we're going to take it and what we've got some big plans and what those involve heading forward. So look, let's start where we are at the back. Swapped over the rock tamers from the Prado, so that was already there, and then we've got an extended hitch on here for the trailer. Gives a little bit more articulation in terms of when we're backing up the trailer and bits and pieces. Gives you a little bit extra, but also clears the door. What else can I tell you? It's already got like Andersons and plugs and bits and pieces. It's got the standard manual airbags, which I ran on the Prado for years, and I think maybe as part of the upgrades, I think I will go like a dual paddle switches like we've got on the trailer, and probably a twin compressor. It's got a single compressor at the moment. Working our way up. It's got all the plugs and bits and pieces. It's got a full Victron system with a touchscreen and bits and pieces there. I've never used these Victrons before, so some of you guys will probably know a lot more about it than me, but if I can just tell you the basic specs. It's got all these switches here. It's got lights on the back door that they've put in here, so you've got a white and amber light that can shine and light everything up at night. Love that. With the battery setup, it's a 600 amp hour Safari battery setup, so 3 200 amp hour batteries, and a 3000 watt Victron inverter that goes with it. It's got solar input here, so all your plugs and bits and pieces. It's got USB-Cs, USB-As, plugs, all the bits and pieces. You can check everything on the screen here. So that's probably the setup there. It's a Beast Tours drawer setup, so you've got drawer up here, keep tools and first aid kits and bits and pieces up there. Next one down here, I've got tools and whatnot here. I'll show you this. So this comes out, you've got a table here, and then you've got like another little bench spot up here. Hope you can see that as well. So you sort of lift up here, and you've got tools in there. I take it off sometimes if I'm working on things. So you get a little bit of table and big space. It's quite nice. So that's the Beast Tourist drawer setup. Compressor down the side here with a switch. In here you've got the 65 litre Bushman stand-up fridge. A couple of coopers in there, as you can see, as always. Haven't had a stand-up fridge before, so I wasn't sure about that. That's probably one of the things I wasn't sure about the setup. We have always run a Dometic 75 in the back of the Prado, the twin compartments, and you can make it a freezer and fridge, and you can change it up and whatnot. This one's got like a little freezer at the top, which is great for small things you might need to put in there. But the change of the space is something we're getting used to, going from a chest freezer with a slide out and that sort of thing. Definitely pros and cons. I think pros of a stand-up fridge is probably saves a bit more space, it saves a bit more weight, I'd say, as well. Downside is just having to pack things a little bit differently. I think for us, coming from a chest freezer for years, chest fridge for years, and working with that. Hey, darling. Up here, I just already put in like a nice non-slip mat. That's great. So in the Prado, we had like a real simple chest slide, and then one MSA drawer, and then room to stack generators and bits and pieces. And as you can see, we've got Starlink and bags, and there's like dirty washing. It's just we haven't really organised it properly yet, but just from what we've got now, chairs and bits and pieces that we've got in there. I'm definitely going to be getting a K-on cargo barrier to put in the middle just to protect everything going through. Then you can stack it up nicely. Maybe they make like these nice molly panels down the side as well, so might even look at bits and pieces like that. So I think that is the back with the Beast Tourist setup. All right, hopefully you can hear me there. Look, let's quickly run through the rest of it. So it's got GME whip on there, the 2.1. I'm not a big fan of having it on the Stealth on the side. I've always loved having it on the bull bar, so I might end up changing that and putting that down the front at some point. But GME aerial, of course. It came with Mickey Thompson all-terrains on it. These are pretty worn out, but really love these tyres. So I might even look at maybe going those again. We'll see what happens. But plans maybe to go to 35s and set that up a little bit differently with bigger tyres. To go to 35s, I think we've got to change control arms and a few other bits and pieces. It's got Method 310 wheels. They're a plus 35 offset. So we'll see how we go with fitting the bigger tyres, whether they're going to stay. But yeah, like those so far. It's got the J-Max Alpha electric suspension. So awesome so far. It's got like the GA, the G-Force mode, where you can see the little controller in the car. You can dial it all electrically and in cab as well, literally right at your seat. But you can see the G-Force meter as you're going around a corner, for example. Or if the car's sort of flexing out, you can see it soften up sides and stiffen up sides. That's pretty cool. It's got the OTR flare kit that comes with it from the J-Max suspension. At the moment, factory side steps, we're going to change that. It has, we've got the Outback Tourer shower tent and the 180-degree awning. Loving those so far. We've only just done those as well. Please don't touch it or anything. Hello, mate. Hey, I'm just talking to the people. Next, we've got the Rhino rack. What's that? Rhino rack, roof rack up there, the Pioneer platform up the top. That's looking good so far. It's got the sunroof on the GR Sport, so it's a shorter roof rack that fits on there. We've got the Max Trax and the Max Trax holder up the back there as well, so we might play around with those bits and pieces as we go, but that's sort of a pretty simple roof setup for now. So that's the wheels, tyres, suspension. So next, it's got the Off-Road Animal Toro bar. This was the bar that I really wanted one for the Prado as well, but this was pretty much the bar that I wanted. So that was sort of definitely helped towards buying this particular car. Black wasn't really our choice of colour, but it's definitely growing on us. And we might change it down the track. Heaps we can do with that. We'll see how we go. But love this bull bar here. It hasn't got a winch at the moment, so I'm definitely going to be putting a winch in when we get back after this shakedown trip. It's got steady light bar, steady spotties on the front. I believe they're a Type X Pro. What it has on it for the Just Autos setup at the moment is it's got pretty much a package one. It's got the Just Autos airbox, it's got the heat exchanger, and it's got the multi-mapping tune on it already. So they do a really good YouTube video that explains it all, but the airbox is all aluminium, and it takes a factory filter which is great because I'll just have a few spare filters for our travel in the back and easy to change. You can get them anywhere. The heat exchanger, great for holding power, towing, that sort of thing, keeping the temps down. Otherwise, towing, that sort of thing, things get hot, so heat exchanger, a big must on the upgrade. And it's got the multi-mapping tune already, so it's got a various different tunes, from towing tunes to an idle up, which I've used to charge the battery already a few times just to get extra charge in there. Great for winching and that sort of thing to keep the idle up. And it's got an immobiliser tune, which again I've used as well. If we're in a place where I thought there was notorious for cars getting stolen, that sort of thing, I put it on the immobiliser tune, feel a bit of peace of mind. Mainly I run it on the 4 sort of power tune, which is sort of like your normal power daily driving. And then it's got 5, 5th tune, or number 5 is the lumpy idle and the sort of power plus with launch control and a few bits of like pieces like that. So that's what it's got currently on it. And then, like I said here, we're going to work with Just Autos to get package 3, which has the extra little bits on it. So that's what it's got at the moment. Look, what have we got planned for the car? We've got heaps of big plans coming up after we get back from this trip. We're going to be spending the weeks and months getting stuck into this build and getting it ready for how we want it for full-time touring. And obviously it's a great car. This is probably where most people would stop, and it'll do the job every day of the week. Why would we want to do more to it? Well, for this is what we are now doing for a living and for full-time touring, and we like to push the boundaries a bit of where we can go and what we can do, and that's why we chose the GR in the end, with factory lockers and some of the extra niceties that come with it. So what have we got planned? 35-inch tyres we're going to go to, changing up control arms and a few bits and pieces to get those to fit. Winch on the front, as I explained earlier. We're going to be getting some rock sliders, full bash plates underneath, probably a K-on set of bash plates, MSA tow mirrors. We're going to be doing the full package 3 Just Autos mechanical exhaust, intake pipe, retune. They do a fuel filter back to protect the fuel filter at the back of the car. We have a Cruiser company rear bar coming, which I'm one of my favourite things. I'm really excited about. I wanted to get that done for the Prado, but that'll be coming for the 300. We've got the bush wraps we're doing. We've got the bush wraps advanced kit, 5-year kit that will be getting done as well soon to protect the car. The Aegis 15-year coating they do underneath the car, we're going to be getting that done as well to protect it. We want to really set it up and protect it nicely from the start. Obviously corrosion protection, but makes it easy to clean and that sort of thing, especially underneath. Just keeps it real mint and real nice for the years to come. So I want to look after this thing a fair bit. Probably some camp lights and a few bits and pieces just up top to make it a little bit nicer to live with, especially with kids. We can light up the area at night. Some steady rock lights. The other thing that we might look at doing is maybe a long range tank, maybe like a Brown Davis long range. The thing with these that we've noticed, probably one of the only downsides going from the Prado, is that Prado's 150 litres with the wheel on the back. You get the sub tank, so it's 150 litres of fuel. So the 300 series has got 110 litres, so straight away we've lost 40 litres of fuel. With the Cruiser company rear bar that we'll be putting on, for now I might just do 2 jerry cans of diesel. That'll get us the 40 litres back. But we might look at maybe doing a long range tank as well to get our fuel capacity up, and something when you're travelling, especially when you're travelling remote all over the top of WA and everything we've done up there. It is nice to have that extra bit of fuel. So that's probably one of the only other things. Maybe like a Starlink, might look at maybe like a Starlink hard mount off the roof, so you can flick a switch and do that. That's really popular these days. So look, I think that's about it. We might leave it there. If I forget anything else, I'll put it in, but that's the 300 series GR that we've got, and that's what's on it at the moment. And there's a few things and plans we've got coming up for it heading into our big year next year. So look, thanks so much for checking it out. Thanks so much for following us and joining us on this journey so far. We've got big plans for next year, so hang around. And there's so many other great YouTube channels and so many other pages out there that you could be watching. So we really appreciate your support. And yeah, from our family to yours, thanks so much.